Story about MrBeast's struggles, focusing on his journey from a small town YouTuber to one of the biggest creators in the world, with emphasis on his personal hardships, dedication, and purse title. The Rise of MrBeast, a story of struggle, sacrifice, and success. Chapter 1. The beginning of a dream. In a small town in Greenville, North Carolina, lived a skinny teenager named Jimmy Donaldson. He wasn't born into fame or fortune. His family was middle class. His mom worked hard to keep things running at home while his dad was often away working. Jimmy was quiet, introverted, and obsessed with the internet. But there was one place where he felt fully alive: YouTube. At just 13, Jimmy uploaded his first video. It wasn't anything glamorous, just him playing a video game and commenting on it. But the moment he clicked upload, something ignited inside him. He felt a purpose, a calling. He didn't know how, but he knew he wanted to become one of the biggest YouTubers in the world. Chapter 2. The long road ahead. Jimmy didn't have fancy equipment. He used a borrowed computer and a microphone that barely worked. He edited everything himself, learning through trial and error. He'd wake up early and stay up late, sometimes skipping meals and homework to work on his videos. While other kids were out partying, Jimmy was locked in his room, analyzing successful YouTubers, studying how they edited, how they titled their videos, how they structured their content. He was obsessed, but the views didn't come. For years, people only see the success, he would later say. But for a long time, I was just uploading videos that barely got 10 views. His friends didn't understand. His mom even told him to focus on college. He dropped out after just 2 weeks. Everyone thought he was throwing his life away. But he believed in something they couldn't see. Chapter 3. The mental battle. The emotional toll was heavy. Jimmy struggled with depression, loneliness, and self-doubt. He had no job, no income, and very little social interaction. His YouTube channel was stuck at a few hundred subscribers. Still, he uploaded every single day. There were times when he cried himself to sleep, when he questioned whether it was all worth it. When his friends moved on with their lives, went to college, got jobs, and started families, Jimmy was still in his bedroom, grinding, hoping, praying that one day it would all pay off. He developed OCD tendencies, counting things, getting obsessed with numbers, repeating words, and second-guessing everything he did. He later admitted in interviews that his mental health during that time was one of the hardest challenges he faced. But he didn't stop. Chapter 4. A viral spark. Everything changed when Jimmy had a wild idea. What if he counted to 100,000 on camera? It sounded crazy, but crazy worked. The video took him over 40 hours to film. He nearly lost his voice. His mind was numb from the repetition. But when he uploaded it, something happened. It went viral. Millions of views. Suddenly, people started noticing him. Subscriptions poured in. His other videos started gaining traction. And just like that, the world finally saw what he had been building all along. Chapter 5. Reinvention and sacrifice. Instead of celebrating, Jimmy asked himself, what's next? He didn't stop at one viral video. He reinvested every dollar he made back into his content. At times, he'd make $10,000 from a video, and spend $10,001 on the next one. Every cent went into bigger, crazier, more expensive stunts. He wasn't interested in luxury cars or parties. He wanted to create the most entertaining videos on the internet. He lived modestly, even when the money started rolling in. He paid his friends to join him in creating videos. He hired editors, managers, and data analysts. Slowly, MrBeasT became not just a YouTube channel, but a full-scale production. But with more success came more pressure. Chapter 6. The burden of greatness. The demand to constantly outperform himself was exhausting. Every video had to be bigger, every stunt more daring, and every failure felt like the end of the world. He started giving away insane amounts of money, $10,000 to strangers, $100,000 in a single video. But what fans didn't see was the stress behind the scenes. What if a video flopped? What if YouTube stopped recommending his content? Jimmy worked 12 to 18 hours a day, obsessively reviewing analytics, brainstorming new ideas, filming, editing, and directing. His personal life almost disappeared. He had no time for relationships, hobbies, or even sleep. He dealt with constant anxiety, afraid that it could all fall apart at any moment. He suffered through burnout multiple times but kept pushing forward. Chapter 7. Using fame for good. As his channel grew to millions, then tens of millions of subscribers, Jimmy realized he could use his fame for more than just entertainment. He started philanthropic videos, giving food to homeless shelters, planting 20 million trees through Teen Trees, and later launching MrBeasT Philanthropy and Beast Philanthropy. He helped rebuild communities, provide clean drinking water, and donate to disaster-struck regions. He opened free food banks, gave away houses and cars to those in need, and supported education projects across the world. But none of it came easy. Managing the logistics, the costs, and the trust of the public while running multiple channels took everything he had. Chapter 8. Health scares and reality checks. Jimmy's health became a serious issue. His work habits, poor sleep, long hours, constant stress, started taking a toll. He was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, a chronic illness that caused him immense pain and discomfort. Many days, he'd film while in agony. Other times, he'd push through severe fatigue to finish a project. He had to change his diet, take medication, and manage flare-ups while juggling an empire. Behind the scenes, his body was breaking down. But he refused to stop. Chapter 9. The business behind the beast. As MrBeasT became the most subscribed individual on YouTube, Jimmy expanded his empire, creating MrBeasT Burger, Feastables, a chocolate brand, and even talking about launching future tech ventures. Each new business brought new challenges: supply chains, quality control, public feedback, and corporate pressures. He faced lawsuits, internal conflicts, and betrayal from some early collaborators. Yet Jimmy stayed focused. He surrounded himself with loyal friends, many of whom had been with him from the start. They weren't just employees, they were family. And together, they built a machine that changed the face of digital content. Chapter 10. Legacy and Reflection. Today, Jimmy Donaldson, MrBeasT, is more than a YouTuber. He's a symbol of persistence, vision, and heart. He turned childhood struggles, mental health battles, and years of rejection into one of the most inspiring digital stories of our time. When asked what kept him going through the hardest years, Jimmy once said, "Greater than, I just believed that if I worked hard enough, long enough, it would eventually happen. The only way to fail is to give up." His story isn't just about views and subscribers. It's about grit. It's about chasing a dream when no one else believes in it. It's about falling 100 times and rising again. Moral: the journey to success is never easy. It demands sacrifice, obsession, pain, and belief, especially when you have nothing but a dream. MrBeasT didn't just build a channel, he built a legacy of hope, impact, and unstoppable determination.